hooking you up with a chance to get tickets to Boise State UT Martin all week. We're going to give away one pair of tickets on Idaho Sports Talk. Going to be a lot of fun. Prater and the ball game here with you, and appreciate you, Bob. Jason Eck will join us in about 15 minutes for you Vandal fans out there. Vandals getting a home opener themselves in the Kibbe Dome against Drake this Saturday, obviously. We'll also give you a chance this hour to win a $50 gift card to Biscuit and Hogs, a little rock jock and pop culture. Prater, I can't believe I'm saying this here, but maybe the best overall unit on this football team, any position so far with Boise State, has been linebacker.
Yeah, I'm not even sure we can debate this. You know, I like a good debate, and let's get after it, but I'm not sure we can go there. You and I and most everybody else were on the same page when this season started. Ezekiel Noa, a world-class, first-class human being, but I just didn't like him in the middle of that offense, middle of that defense. I thought that would be the weak link of that defense. DJ Schramm, we didn't really know enough about to even have an opinion, good, bad, or indifferent. We've met him a couple of times. He's a senior who's been very, very quiet in his career at Boise State. And so, you know, there was a lot of talk about DJ Schramm, Zeke Noa taking over for Riley Wimpy, and Zeke Noa is the returning starter there. So the linebacker position, there was a lot of concern coming into the season. Ball game, let's just go ahead and get rid of that. DJ Schramm is leading the team in tackles with 15 after 2 games. Zeke Noa is third on the team in tackles with 11. He's got a couple of TFLs. He's got 1.5 sacks already. Zeke Noa does. Dude is on fire, playing well. DJ Schramm, I love the way he flies around and plays football. He's a big, strong, physical beast, maybe a little bit hairy. You're going to hear some of that kind of fun stuff. He's the hairy guy in the locker room that everybody likes to take fun of. I think JP might even have the picture out there on social media right now with his beard. There's families living inside that beard. So
seriously,
that thing is a beast, but he's a beast on the football field. Zeke Noa is an athletic dude out of Helix High School, the same high school as Reggie Bush.
Alex Smith.
There you go. And DJ Schramm is a kid out of Fresno, a senior. Zeke is a super senior. There's a lot of experience. And guess what? I don't think we counted on the experience when we talked about the linebacker group coming into the season. Their experience is coming through. These two guys are playing fantastic football.
And think about this. I know DJ Schramm's a redshirt senior, but he still has a COVID year. And I don't know what his NFL future would look like. This could be a nice little gem for Avalos and Spencer Danielson to get not only this year where, I mean, let's be honest, I can't believe I'm saying this, but DJ Schramm is playing at an all-conference level right now. And that was the one, for me, the weak link of this defense. I thought, he's a redshirt senior. He's never really played before. He's kind of been a special teams guy. Does he get that? Was he one of those one-year guys who gets their chance to play? And usually those guys aren't all-conference caliber players. He is. I mean, they even moved Isaiah Banya to try to beat him out, and he couldn't do it. Yeah. And Zeke Noa, you call it a resurrection season, I guess, last year. I feel like this, and it's probably incorrect, but I'm going to say it. I feel like I've seen Zeke Noa make more plays in these first 2 games than I saw him make last year, which is crazy to think, but it just felt like that a little bit. And not only, this was the weak link we thought of this defense. Now it looks like it's being the strongest part of it. And Andy Avalos, he echoed that as well. Andy Avalos talking about this linebacking core.
Those guys have been extremely consistent. And those guys have been here, Mike, for a long time now. Like, those guys, their experience and how they prepare and what they put into it, you should see how much they prepare. I mean, they know the plan. They know it like the coaches do. And it's really fun to see when you have older guys that have learned, because trust me, they weren't that when they first got here when they were freshmen. But that's the cool part about this game, is being able to see guys develop and grow and come into their own. And now obviously they're deserving of how they're playing right now. And not only them, but bringing some of the younger guys along with them and developing them. That's the plan at every position, Mike. That's the plan at the D-line. That's the plan in the secondary. That's the plan at the O-line. Some of the things going on even on the O-line behind the scenes right now, we're really excited about with some of the, some of the younger guys that are on our team and how they're developing and coming along.
He always calls you Mike, and we got a double Mike there. After Prater asked him the question, he said, well, Mike. And then later on in the answer, he said Mike again. That's kind of cool.
What does that mean?
Andy Avalos. It means I think he has a lot of respect for Mike Prater and his questions. He's going to willing to throw him that little mic there. So, but
I feel like a steely dart coming at me every time he looks at me or says something like that. So I'm not sure I feel the same way.
But I mean, it takes one to know one. And Andy Avalos is one of the great linebackers in the history of this program. You saw him play on the blue. I saw him play on the blue. Andy Avalos, anybody who saw that era, he's probably one of your favorite linebackers in program history, right?
Yeah.
Avalos just flew around. We loved him. So for him to say that about DJ Schramm, he knows the position. He knows what it takes.
Yep.
For him to be high on DJ Schramm and Zeke Noa like the way he is, there's no garbage in that. They're having all conference seasons, and this defense needs it. If this defense is going to be the best defense in the Mountain West, which I believe they're going to have to be, I think, to win this league, they got to be at least first or second. They're on their way, certainly with linebacker.
I want to get to know Ezekiel just a little bit more. I want to definitely get to know DJ Schramm just a little bit more. They seem like pretty quality human beings, and they talk about, they really aren't. Their backgrounds are different. Their family personalities seem like they're probably different, although I don't know the families. But they talk about a brotherhood between the two of them. They're really, really tight. They love each other. They spend a lot of time together. So I think that there's a big old bond on and off the football field with those two. So we're going to see an awful lot of those two. There's going to be a little bit of Brandon Hawkins and Andrew Simpson and Marco Notarini throwing around in there. But I'm going to guess that between Schramm and Noah, they're going to get 60, 70, 80% of the snaps as long as they stay healthy. And as long as they stay healthy, I think that these two cats can go off and play some serious football. So I'm looking forward to that ball game.
DJ Schramm from Fresno, too. Yeah. Clovis West, got out of the valley, man. I'm sure Fresno State fans are going to look at that and say, dang, we let that guy slip through our hands. Spencer Danielson, what's he think about this linebacking core? He told us yesterday.
I think I'm excited for Zeke and DJ together. Especially there were some question marks, I think, going into this year, with losing Riley and depth at inside linebacker and seeing them play the way they had these first 2 weeks. Once again, still a lot that they need to improve and grow in, but they're playing at a high level. I think they understand the scheme at a new level for themselves, to where not only can they communicate and get things lined up, but they know what they're supposed to do because of how they've prepped, and they have confidence to be able to go out there and play fast. So they're not playing hesitant and reacting. They're able to know what's coming and they can go attack, and they're playing fast.
You look into their eyes and they just seem pretty locked in.
Yeah, they are.
How dialed are those guys? And Zeke shows a little more emotion than DJ.
Yeah.
DJ's pretty flatline, it seems.
Yeah.
You look in their eyes and you see how dialed they are.
No doubt. And just if you guys could, see these guys from now until kickoff. They live in the meeting room. They obviously, as older guys, they're taking care of their bodies with the amount of reps we're having them play. So living in the training room, making sure that their bodies are ready for these moments. And then when they get out there, they're playing at a very high level because of how they've handled that week. Because don't get twisted, when we go to practice, these guys are getting all the reps. They're playing their tails off. So it's not like we've changed anything from their load. Like they're getting a lot of work, and they're getting ready for the game in practice and meetings, which is what everybody in our defense needs to do. It's just really, it makes me feel good for them because of the work I've known they put in this whole offseason. I know Zeke and DJ both had things that they wanted to do better from last year, and seeing them do that these first two games, still a lot of things that we want to keep taking strides in, but I'm very happy with what they've done these first two games, excited for them to take another step.
What's DJ like as a person? What's his deal?
He is one of the most engaging guys you'll be around. If you ask I don't want to just say him. There's a lot of these guys on our team or multiple, but he's that guy that will walk by anybody and know something about him, right? Everybody loves DJ. They just love him. And everyone's got a nickname about him. He's a super hairy guy, so guys call him all different types of names, right? But he's just he's a phenomenal teammate. He's paid his dues, and so he's a guy that has been here for a while and is now stepping into a big time role for our defense, but it hasn't always been that way, but he's never changed. He's been working his tail off when he was younger. Then he got on some special teams. Then he got a backup role. Now he's a starter making plays, and he's a low ego, high output guy. That's who he is. Where he's in the meeting room, he's helping a freshman out. He's studying the same way he would study like he was a freshman. And now it's just cool to see him making these plays and like Jay brought up, like moving at a very high level that DJ, he hadn't moved like that since when he was here early on. So it's cool seeing him kind of step in that role. But he's an engaging, fun guy, and very, very level-headed. Always has a little joke, but he's super tough too. Like he's a guy that if he's banged up, and I'll ask him, how you feeling? Great, coach. And I'd be like, no, like literally tell me how you're feeling. Like, I'm not, because I know you're tough and I know you're going to be that guy that pushes through.
So in case we run into him in the hallways, what's the one thing we need to know about him?
Oh man, you can mess with DJ. You could joke with him. Like, he's got a great personality. Probably mess with him about his beard. That's something that we usually mess with him about, because I always joke with him that I would pay good money to have the same beard he does. But he's a guy that you can hang out with, interview, be around. Like I said, just a low ego, high output guy that is just phenomenal beer. And a guy that I know that I am excited to be close with long after he's gone from here.
You know, I'm a facial hair guy too, and that was Spencer Danielson talking, Prater. But
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Have you ever once seen me like my boy JP over there, who shaves every single day? He's clean cut. JP's old school. I love him. That's how he rolls. Prater, I've never seen you barefaced. You've always had at least some type of scruffle. I'm the same way. But DJ Schramm, I mean, just looking at him makes me want to itch and scratch myself, man. That thing is, like you said, what's in that beard? Oh, Lord knows.
They talked about his hairy arms. I mean, this was coaches throwing this out there yesterday. This is how the press conferences go at Boise State sometimes. So, yeah, we had a conversation about his hairy arms. At one point, I asked Spencer Danielson, because he kept throwing out, we got a bunch of nicknames for him based on his hairy body.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, what are some of those nicknames? And he goes, we're going to keep that in the locker room.
Yeah.
That's locker room stuff. So he wouldn't even give me some of the nicknames. But it sounds like he's pretty good about it. He's a good sport. Bob just shared some knowledge on us about DJ Schramm, a mechanical engineering major who's graduating in December. Are you kidding me? I don't know what that means. His dad was a Fresno State assistant football coach who once got fired. So there's a badge of honor coming out of Fresno State. Very impressive, DJ Schramm. I cannot wait to see how the rest of this season plays out. I love having a dominant middle linebacker, a dominant set of linebackers on a football team. And I'm not going to sit here and say that Schramm and Noah are dominant, but they're off to a beautiful start. They're playing great. And if they keep this up and they stay healthy, they're going to be really fun to watch this season.
It looks like Boise State has the ability. I think they have the talent to have members on all three levels of their defense be on the all-conference team at the end of the year.
I like that.
Yeah, I think guys at all spots. And gosh, lost my train of thought right there. This linebacking core, blah blah, slappy swami. Forget it, man. I can't remember. Real quick. Mechanical engineering.
Yes, sir.
Like one of those are the types of degrees, like there's no coastage,
No,
there's no, hey, I'm gonna miss a lab here because I gotta watch game film. Like a lot of other majors will be easier to do, and
like the comm major.
Yeah.
We all
journalism major, broadcasting. But you can't cut corners there. So think of what DJ Schramm's day-to-day is like. He's got a 40-hour job a week in football, and then he's got a 40-hour job per week with mechanical engineering and everything that comes with that. And that guy must manage his time very, very well. And a lot of times, you don't have to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, quickest. You can be the smartest, and you can get by just fine being the smart kid.
But he's also pretty big. And I'm not going to say he's fast, but he moves around pretty well. And he's a motor out there. I really love watching him roam around. He's a motor out there. So spend some time watching number 52. I think he's 52. Yeah. Spend some time watching 52 this weekend for the home opener. I think you'll appreciate and enjoy him running around. And then Noah's number 7. We've seen him do some things before. So I think the linebacker spot at Boise State, off to one hell of a good start.
Gosh, I just remember this is our video segment. So we're on video right now. I'm conscious that we're on video. I wasn't. I think I was picking my nose and stuff too, dude. God dang it.
I'm still wiping champagne off things. I'm as sticky as could be, and this computer will never work again. And JP, it smells like the freaking corner club in here. Jeez, ball game. You go out of town one day, and all of a sudden the studio smells like the corner club in here.
We decided, Prater, that you need to call your buddies at Zero Res. Get them in here and clean the studio. But
we opened the show popping a champagne cork because all three of our NFL teams, who were massive underdogs this week, actually won outright. Pop a champagne bottle, and we got champagne all over the floor here. So, yeah, it does smell like the corner club. It's going to be sticky like the corner club, too, man.
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, good for the Vandals. Speaking of the corner club, Jason Eck, Idaho Vandal head football coach, next on Prater and the ball game as we continue. Can't wait to catch up with the coach of the Vandals. And don't forget Friday, our sweet deal, Lock, Stock, and Barrel. That's voted Boise's best steakhouse. You give us $25, we'll give you $50 to spend at Lock, Stock, and Barrel. You do not want to miss this. These are the ones that go real quick.